Diane Feinstein. Diane Feinstein. Diane fucking Feinstein. Should I even say more? Should I say more? Nah, I guess I do. I guess I should, right? Diane Feinstein was caught insider trading before a pandemic. For a pandemic. I am not surprised. I am not surprised. I mean, if I had to make a list of politicians I deeply despise, Diane Feinstein would definitely be 100. 100% Diane Feinstein would probably be top five. So my theory on this, I made clear a few times on Twitter. I tend to go after Democrats more than Republicans because if you're a progressive, why the fuck are you going after Republicans for? What? Seriously, why the fuck are you going after Republicans when you had Democrats like Diane Feinstein still exist? Here's a hint: Republicans are not stopping the progressive agenda. That's Democrats. So when you got people like Diane Feinstein, why have an opposition party? She is easily one of the most corrupt politicians in Washington right now. Easily one of the most pro-corporate war hogs. I mean, her record is astoundingly bad. Not only her record, her as a person, she is a horrible person. And I'm gonna get in that here soon. Right? I'm pretty sure most people that probably watch my videos, follow my Twitter, they know about policy. So I can go all day. Diane Feinstein against Medicare for all, free public college, she's against the minimum wage. She led the opposition against legalizing marijuana in California in 2010. Let me repeat that. She led the opposition against legalizing marijuana in 2010. And this is another huge point on why I hate Diane Feinstein more than anyone else. Almost. More than almost anyone else. Because what is the argument from Joe Manchin on why he's extremely right wing? His argument is that he's in West Virginia and as a West Virginian Democrat, he has to vote in a right wing way to maintain his seat. Which is bullshit. Because everyday working class people, no matter they left wing or right wing, they do not want pro Wall Street policies. Joe Manchin is not implementing conservative policies. He's implementing pro corporate, pro Wall Street, pro war policies. These are not policies that resonate with working class people. So let us be 100% clear. The whole idea that Democrats vote as in a right wing way to in order to maintain their seats is bullshit, and they only do that to keep the Overton window to the right and deny progressive ideals. That's why they do it. Because if you poll independents on progressive ideas, like I'm independent. Independents, they swing both ways on the fence, left and right, but they largely agree with progressive ideas. Largely agree. And I never fall into the trap of believing politicians are dumb. Never. That's the biggest trap you can fall under. It's not ignorance, it's malice. It's not ignorance, it's malice. So, Joe Manchin and other Democrats, they see these polls. They see the polls where independents support Medicare for all. They see the polls where independents largely support raising the taxes on the rich. They see the polls where independents largely are anti-war. They want to end the wars. But they believe they still got to stay on the right wing to win over independent voters. They don't believe that. They don't believe it, guys. So, with that myth dispelled, Joe Manchin, his argument is that he votes as a Republican because he want to hold a seat in West Virginia. Dianne Feinstein is the senator of California, the safest of the safe blue states. And to show you why I dislike the Democratic Party, last time that Diane Feinstein was up for re-election, she was being primary by Allison Harson, who was all but erased by the Democratic Party, the media establishment. If she was given at least half as much coverage as Diane Feinstein, she would have destroyed her, crushed. She wasn't even allowed to be on polling. Allison Harson was, despite all her many donors. She was not allowed on the polls, right? So her argument for being right wing is completely trash, 100% trash. So I kind of laid out what she's against. The Green New Deal being another one I didn't mention earlier. But it's even worse when you see what Dianne Feinstein is for. She voted for the George Bush tax cuts. The tax cuts that pretty much was a giant giveaway to the rich. She voted for. She voted for the Patriot Act, which is directly against our Fourth Amendment. Give unlimited search and siege power. She voted for every single military budget. Voting for Trump military budgets. Vote for the Iraq War. Vote for bank bailouts. I mean, I can talk about what she's against, but when I talk about what she's for, it's almost worse. Like, she is 100% a Republican. And this is why vote blue no matter who is bullshit. 100%. So now, I'll talk about mostly policy, right? But not only that, Dianne Feinstein is an absolute horrible human being. You guys know I'm a member of the Sunrise Movement, so I took this very seriously when it came out last year, where you had Sunrise Movement activists, children, teenagers, young people that have been involved in the political process that are asking Dianne Feinstein questions about her record, about whether she's, not even hard questions, they was asking her to support the Green New Deal. And based on Dianne Feinstein's reaction, you would think that these kids were asking her to bring back slavery, dude. Like, she was so mean, so disrespectful, so elitist. She was looking at those kids and she was telling those kids, she was like, who are you to tell me what I should do? I've been in Congress for 30 years. I've been reelected for 30. No, honestly, no joke. Look at the video where she was talking about to the climate activists. She was like, I've been in Congress for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. And then she proceeded to get absolutely destroyed by a child when she said, well, you've been in Congress for 30 years. Why is things so bad? Woo. Man, Dianne Feinstein did not like that. She did not like that response. And then she doubled down on her elitism. And she was pretty much telling them that they're pretty much too young to challenge her. They're not in the right position to challenge Dianne Feinstein. And she would not support the Green New Deal. And they responded with that her climate plan, because they did the research, her climate plan did not meet the expectation of the scientists. Dianne Feinstein, in her climate plan, was denying climate change. Because one important thing that the Sunrise Movement preaches is that climate denial is just not denying that climate change is a thing. It's denying the proper actions that need to be taken to fight climate change, right? And her plan is a joke. And they called her out on it, and she just told them to fuck off. and I'm kind of exaggerating, but I'm kind of not. She was unbelievably rude to those people who was involved in the political process, who wasn't even being aggressive in the way they was protesting Feinstein. They were just kindly asking her to support the Green New Deal, and she was horrific to them. So when I see that, and when I see her voting record, I ask you guys, what is the difference between Dianne Feinstein and a Republican? What is the difference? She has the same temperament that Donald Trump has. She's a liar, just like Donald Trump. So if you want to tell me vote blue no matter who, please explain to me the difference. I would love to hear it. I would absolutely love to hear it. But with that said, that's why I'm very happy that Dianne Feinstein's reputation being dragged through the mud. But at the same time, I keep my expectations realistic. I keep it real with you guys.
And I'm more than happy to be wrong with this. But there's nothing that's going to come about this insider trading thing. Especially not against Diane Feinstein. Hell no. No. Send her going to prison? Are you guys crazy? That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Not only that, Diane Feinstein is 192 years old. She probably will retire before her next run. And even if she runs again and she loses, she had a 30-year career in politics. She made untold millions of dollars. I don't got numbers on my head, but I want to say hundreds of $1,000,000 ever since she became a public official. She won, unfortunately. She's just another long line of the previous generation that allowed corruption to win. So even we take her down now, still doesn't change the fact that she had a great career. She lived her life in luxury. That's just an unfortunate fact. We just can't let these people keep winning. So no matter the results of this election, I will still be fighting every day to take on Democrats like Diane Feinstein. I hate them worse. I hate them worse than I hate Republicans, guys. Straight up.